It's been just over a week since Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 officially launched, and boy has it been a roller coaster. From server meltdowns to missing add-ons and now some much needed stability and exciting new updates, there's a lot to unpack in today's video. Today we're diving into Microsoft's roadmap for the sim's near future, PMDG's ambitious plans with a 777 freighter release happening very soon, a critical update for the Fenix A320, which, as some of you guys might know, was released for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 very recently, and a lot of people were having problems with it. Well, this update seeks to improve that, and my personal favorite, a big I told you so moment with IniBuilds' latest airport release as well. Now, before we get started with all of this, a quick shout out to a video I dropped yesterday where I showcased 5 incredible NVIDIA color filters for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. These filters can transform your visuals whether you're flying through stormy weather or basking in golden hour light. Plus, I included a free ICC color profile tutorial as well to help make your monitor's colors more accurate and more uniform. So if all of that sounds up your alley, do make sure to check that video out right after you guys watch this one. Link in the description section down below or on the top right hand corner of the screen. And as always, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff, and let's get right into it. Let's kick things off then with Asobo and Microsoft's vision for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in the very near future. After a launch that can only be described as turbulent, the team has outlined their plans to stabilize and improve the sim. First up, they resolved the server issues that have been plaguing the sim since its launch, saying that nearly 99.999% of people can now log into the servers. Now that's a significant improvement, but let's not forget the frustration many of us endured trying to load the sim during its first few days. It was really quite challenging. Now here's the big news. Microsoft has temporarily disabled all non-aircraft content from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This includes sceneries, airports, and other add-ons which were causing crashes and blocking users from entering the sim altogether. Now, I don't personally know how I feel about that. Do let me know down in the comment section below. Do you think removing all FS 2020 sceneries and airports was the right idea? I've personally only been using FS 2024 knowing that I have those sceneries and airports available. Without that, I'll just go back to MSFS 2020 until FS 2024 can get its act together. This decision also raises bigger questions about compatibility and the future of third-party content in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Will we see a smooth transition like we were promised? Or are these compatibility issues a sign of bigger challenges ahead? Microsoft has promised to restore problematic add-ons once they've been fixed, but once again, there's no clear timeline for this, and that is what concerns me. For now, it's a waiting game, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Was this the right call, or could they have handled it better? I realize that a lot of people have problems getting into the sim in the first place, and the first thing you want to target is those problematic add-ons, but is there something you could have done differently, especially for people like me, for whom the sim works perfectly fine with MSFS 2020 add-ons? I don't know. Now looking ahead, we've got 2 major patches incoming. Patch 2 is coming next week, and this will focus on stability and bug fixes. Patch 3 is coming the following week after that, and this one is a larger update. This one's the big one. It'll introduce the ability to enable or disable individual add-ons so you can actually pick and choose which ones are causing problems and get them out of your community folder. It'll also have a safe boot mode to deactivate problematic content like we have in MSFS 2020, and it also has tools for better backwards compatibility with MSFS 2020 add-ons. Microsoft has also announced a dev Q&A stream happening next week where they'll address community concerns and share more updates. I can't wait for this. This should be a longer stream than the 5-minute update we got last week and should address everything to do with the launch and what they're going to do about it and how they're going to improve the server compatibility and all of that shebang. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of that when it does come out. Next up then, let's talk about PMDG, their 777 freighter for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, mind you, not 2024, finally has a release date, and that is going to be December 6th, 2024. The freighter variant, for those of you guys that don't know, is loaded with several features, including seamless GSX integration for managing cargo doors and ground services, kind of like we have on the Fenix A320 family. It also has realistic safety mechanisms like door still mating plates and guards. Of course, this is just PMDG standard, ultra detailed kind of stuff. Now, for those of us waiting to fly the 777 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, unfortunately, the wait still continues. PMDG CEO Robert Randazzo has been incredibly candid about the challenges of bringing their products to the new sim. According to him, none of PMDG's current aircraft meet their standards for compatibility with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 due to issues like screen brightness inconsistencies and communications glitches. Now, why couldn't they just get the SDK way in advance to be able to work on MSFS 2024 projects? I'll never know. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. That said, Randazzo is optimistic about the platform's future. In his latest update, he did describe Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as the most visually convincing simulation platform we've ever seen. While compatibility updates will take time, PMDG plans to release enhanced versions of their products with features like walk-around mode and updated interiors in due time. Now, of course, they always say this, it's the best, it's the newest, but then again, when can we actually see this? And knowing PMDG's track record, they won't release something until it is absolutely perfect, which I personally don't have a problem with, but that usually ends up taking time and patience from us community members. And of course, the final thing on the PMDG front is the 747 Classic series. Now, Robert Randazzo went ahead and gave us a little bit more information as to some of the features that will be included on this Classic, including the SIVA triple INS system for vintage navigation, a Honeywell FMS for modern touch, and an optional virtual flight engineer to handle INS updates from your SimBrief flight plan directly. Personally, as much as I like the Classic airliners, I'm looking forward to the 737 and 777 lineups coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 from PMDG, however long that might take. Next up then, if you've been flying the Fenix A320 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, by the way, if you guys haven't checked out our full flight video, do check it out. It's this video, top right hand corner of the screen as usual. You might have encountered some frustrating issues. I personally didn't, but I've been hearing it from a bunch of people in my comments as well as on various Facebook groups. A lot of people have been having autopilot crashes, missing textures and stuff like that. Well, the experience has been a little hit or miss for people. Thankfully, Fenix has released an update aimed at fixing these issues and a little bit more to go along with that. Number one is autopilot crashes in approach mode are now completely resolved, so your landings should be smoother. Number two, the cabin altitude gauge finally displays correct readings for those of you guys that were wondering and eliminates false alarms. Cockpit textures have also been significantly refined, fixing roughness and material inconsistencies. And finally, the installer has also been updated to clean up old log files and fix crashes caused by corrupted login details. A lot of people were having a problem with this when the Fenix app would load in or the installer would load in. That's when the crash would happen on their aircraft in the sim. So whether you're flying in MSFS 2020 or MSFS 2024, this update ensures the A320 is back to being the reliable workhorse that we know Fenix has produced for the simulators. And now for a bit of my favorite segment, I Told You So. Last week we speculated that IniBuilds' next major project would be Brisbane International Airport in Sydney, Australia for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as one of their flagship projects. I've heard this buzz in the community for quite some time that they've been working on it, and well, it is confirmed. Brisbane Airport YBBN Yankee Bravo Bravo November is set to release this weekend as a premium product for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The previews are, as usual, nothing short of amazing from IniBuilds, and some of the highlights here include handcrafted terminals with intricate interior modeling, which is something I'm looking forward to, especially with night lighting in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I love Bilbao and how it looks like at night. It also has custom buildings like the Shell Garage near the airport and high-quality textures that capture Brisbane's unique atmosphere. If you're a fan of flying in the Asia-Pacific region like myself, I'm definitely going to be doing a flight from Whiskey Sierra Sierra Sierra, which is Changi, Singapore, to Brisbane to commemorate this release. So where does all of this leave us then, ladies and gentlemen? Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 has had its share of bumps, but the potential here, once again, from everybody I've been talking to, I keep saying this, it is enormous. I think MSFS 2024 is going to usher in a new era, and I'm not jumping on a bandwagon, I'm not trying to be overly positive. I feel like they've already managed to fix a lot of the server issues. I'm personally having a very, very good time with MSFS 2024, apart from these little hitches and hiccups, like not having MSFS 2020 add-ons anymore, which I'm not so happy about. So I'm going to give it some time to settle down and I'm going to see where it goes from there. We're also going to be doing a career mode series here on the channel very, very shortly. I've actually consciously refrained from watching other content creators do career mode just because I wanted to have an authentic reaction here on the channel. So stay tuned for that. But apart from that, what do you guys think about the future of MSFS 2024? I know a lot of people have migrated back to MSFS 2020. Are you one of those people? Are you going to be waiting it out? Are you enjoying yourselves with some general aviation aircraft, career mode, free flight, photography, and all that stuff? So do let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'm really excited about that developer live stream that's going to be happening next week. That should give us a little bit more detail as to what the future holds for MSFS 2024. So that's all for this week, folks. From Microsoft's roadmap to PMDG's ambitious plans at IniBuilds' Brisbane release and the Fenix A320, of course, getting a much-needed update, there's plenty to be excited about, in my personal opinion. Let me know in the comments which update has you most hyped and whether you think Brisbane is going to live up to the hype. As usual, guys, thanks for watching and thanks for flying by.